morning, everyone. Today we're gonna go through a new set of SA1 paper. So let's get started on it. Okay, this first question is on it's a paper 1 question 30. Raymond always saved 45% of his salary when his salary decreased by 20% in April. Savings decreased by $180. How much was Raymond's salary before the decrease? Okay, so in this case, we let's say the month before April will be March, right? Let's March. Let his salary be 100%. Okay, he will save 45%. Okay, when his salary is decreased by 20% in April, so in April, okay, it became 50%, right? Because it decreased by 20%. Okay, his savings decreased by 45%, but remember, he will always save 45% of his savings. So in this case, I want to find out what is 45%. Okay, so this is not 45%. Okay, he will always save 45% of his savings. So I'm gonna find what is 45% of 80%. Reduce it, divide by 5. Okay, it's gonna give me 36, which means that in April he saved 36% of his salary. And okay, notice that there's a decrease of 9%. Okay, which means that 9% of his savings is equal to $180. Okay, how much was Raymond's salary before the decrease, which means that I need to find what is 1% is 20, and I need to find what is 100%. Okay, 100% is $2,000. Let's move on to the first question of paper 2. The marking is drawn every 1/10 kilometer in a straight footpath that measures 4/5 kilometer long. How many markings are there on the footpath, including the one at the start? Okay, so which means that the footpath is going to be 4/5 kilometer, and each marking is 1/10 kilometer. We want to find out how many gaps are there, right? We're gonna use 4/5 divided by 1/10. Okay, this one, if you do your working, you're gonna get an 8. Okay, which means that there are 8 markings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, there are 8 gaps. Okay, how many markings are there on the footpath, including the one at the start, which means this one? That means there are 9 gaps. Question 2. The ratio of Carl's age to Tim's age is 2:3. Carl is 14 years old now. How old was Tim 1 year ago? Okay, Carl is to Tim is 2:3. So if Carl is 14 years old now, which means that Tim would be 2 units equals to 14, 1 unit equals 7, 3 units is equals to 21, right? Okay, how old was Tim 1 year ago? So 1 year ago he will be 20 years old. Question 3. The figure below is not drawn to scale. ABCD is a four-sided figure. BCD is an equilateral triangle. Okay, they want you to find angle ABC, which is this. Okay, we know that this is 60 over here. And since ABD is an isosceles triangle, this is also 53. Okay, 180 minus 53 minus 53 is gonna give me 74. So this is 74 over here. So to get the answer, I just need to use 74 plus 60. Okay, 134 degree. Question 4. Lei Kim sold M plus 6 tickets on Saturday. She sold M more tickets on Sunday than on Saturday. Together, she sold 48 tickets on the 2 days. Find the value of M. Okay, so in this question, I'm gonna draw a model for Saturday. I'm gonna draw a shape like this, which is going to be cut into 2 parts. Okay, this block is gonna represent M. This block is gonna represent 6. Okay, on Sunday, she sold M more tickets, which means that if I were to draw the same block, okay, this is for Sunday, then I'm gonna draw another block over here, which represents the M more, right? Okay, so now if you're gonna cut it into the same block, here is gonna be 6 and here is gonna be M, and all together is gonna be 48, right? Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we need to remove the extra, which is the 6 and 6. Okay, 48 minus 12 is gonna give you 36. Okay, and then this 36 is equals to 3M, right? 3M is equals to 36, which means that M will be equal to 12. Question 5. Total of 18 balloons are hung at an equal distance apart along 3 sides. WX, I think this should be X. Okay, XY and YZ of a rectangular stage. The figure shows part of the setup. The breadth of the stage is 520 cm. What is the length of the stage? Okay, we can see 5 balloons along the breadth, right? Which means that there are 4 gaps. Okay, so the first step is to use 520 divided by 4. 520 divided by 4 is going to give me 130. Okay, so which means that the distance of each gap is 130. Next thing I need to find is, okay, if there are 5 balloons over here and 5 balloons over here, that means there's a total of 10. And if I were to use 18 balloons minus 10, there's gonna be 8 balloons over here. Okay, and then if I add these 2 at the corner, there's gonna be 10 balloons along the length. 10 balloons is gonna give me 9 gaps, right? Okay, so 130 times 9. Okay, will give me 1170. Okay, so let me just write down a few sentences. Yx is equals 10 balloons, which is equals to 9 gaps. Okay, 1170 cm is the answer. Question 6. The figure below not drawn to scale. AB and CD are straight lines that intersect at Y such that CY is equal to YD. Okay, I'm not so sure about this. This looks like it's accidentally drawn. Okay, find angle CBD. CBD. That means this whole thing over here. Okay, the first thing that I can find will be this angle here. This angle here is 130. Okay, and if this is 130, I can find this angle here, which will also give me a 25. Okay, if this is 25, it means that okay, this is actually an isosceles triangle. Okay, if that is an isosceles triangle, it means that BDY is also an isosceles triangle. If I can find that this is 50, okay, I can work out what is this angle over here. 180 minus 50 divided by 2. Going to give me 65. So this angle is 65. So CBD is 65 plus 25. It's 90 degrees. Okay, let's move on to question 7. Question 7, I think this year is not going to be tested, but I'll still just go through this question. Okay, the pie chart below shows the number of students traveling to school by different ways. What percentage of the students travel to school by MRT? MRT is this one. Okay, so looking at the car, this is 90 degrees. We know that 90 degrees is equals to 100. So I'm going to find the whole thing. The whole thing is 360 degrees. It's going to be equal to 100 times 4 is equals to 400. Okay, there's a total of 400 students. So to find how many students took MRT, I need to use the total minus away 160 minus 60 minus 40 and minus 100. This is going to give me 40. Okay, so what percentage of the students travel to school by MRT? 40 out of 400. Cancel 1, cancel 10. That's going to give me 10%. Okay. Question 8. The price of one notebook is $3.80. When a customer buys 3 such notebooks, you can buy one more notebook at half the price. Okay, what is the greatest number of notebooks that a customer can buy with $80? Okay, so one notebook is $3.80. 3 notebook is equal to 380 times 3. $11.40. Okay, so you can buy the one more notebook at half the price, which means that basically 4 notebooks you're paying for. Half the price will be 380 divided by 2. Okay, this will give me $13.30. Okay, this is for how much you need to pay for 4 notebooks, and this is known as the one group. Okay, the next step, I'm gonna find out what is the maximum number of groups that I can get by doing $80 divided by 1330. Going to give me 6.01, which means that the maximum number of groups I can get is 6. Okay, so using 6 times 1330. Okay, I'm going to get $79.80. I'm left with 20 cents, so 20 cents I don't think you can buy anything. Okay, which means that the greatest number of notebooks that the customer can buy will be 6 groups, and each group got 4 notebooks. It is 24 notebooks. Question 9. In January, the ratio of the number of butterflies to the number of bees in the garden was 7:3. In February, the butterfly population decreased by 20%, while the bee population increased by 30%. What was the percentage change in the combined butterfly and bee population? Okay, let's write down the ratio for January. Okay, butterfly is to bee, 7:3. Okay, so in February, butterfly population decreased by 20%. So which means that butterfly minus 20%. While the bee population increased by 30%. So increased by 30%. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna increase 7 units. We're gonna decrease 7 units by 20%, and we're gonna increase 3 units by 30%. Okay, so what you can do is we're gonna find what is 80% of 7 units. This is going to give me 5.6 units, and for the bees, I'm going to increase it by 30%, so 130 over 100 times 3 units. Okay, this is going to give me 3.9 units, which means that in February, the new ratio of butterfly is to bee. It would be 5.6 is to 3.9. Okay, so now let's work out what is the total units. Total in Jan is 10 unit, and total in Feb will be 5.6 plus 3.9. Okay, which will give me 9.5 units. Okay, there's a decrease of 0.5 units, right? So what was the percentage change in the combined butterfly and bee population? Okay, so to find the percentage change, I will need to use the unit change, which is 0.5 divided by the original units, multiply by 100. Okay, so this is going to give me a 5%. Okay, this is the answer for part 1. Okay, the next part B, if there were 168 butterflies left in February, okay, which is butterflies is 5.6 unit. What was the butterfly population in January? Okay, so I'm gonna write part B over here. Okay, so 5.6 unit is equal to 168. We can find out what is 1 unit. Which is 30, and the butterfly population in January is 7 unit. Okay, 7 units would be 210. Okay, this is the answer for part B. Question 10. Madam Lydia bought some white noodles and some yellow noodles. She cooked an equal amount. Okay, so whenever you see equal amount, that is always a very important information. Equal amount of white and yellow noodles. She had 3/8 of the white noodles and 3/4 of the yellow noodles left. What fraction of the noodles did Madam Lydia bought was cooked? Okay, so let us do it this way. Okay, so for the white, what's left is 3/8. For the yellow, 3/4, right? That means what's cooked will be 5/8 and 1/4. Okay, and then remember this supposed to be equal, right? Okay, so you remember this technique when they say that this thing should be equal. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the numerator the same. So in this case, I need to times 5 times 5. Okay, this will give me a 5/20. Okay, once the numerator are the same, basically it tells us that the denominator, let me highlight the denominator here and here, it will let us know how many units of white noodles are there. Basically there's 8 units and there's 20 units. Okay, what fraction of the noodles which Madam Lydia bought was cooked? So in this case, cooked will be 10 units and the total would be 28 units. Okay, so the fraction which Madam Lydia bought was cooked will be 10/28. Simplest form will be 5/14. This is the answer for this question. Question 11. Mrs. Muna used 7/10 of a packet of flour to bake some cookies. She then had 2/5 kg of flour left. What was the mass of flour in the packet at first? Leave your answer in kg. So if she used 7/10, that means she's left with 3/10. Okay, so in this case, 3/10 is equal to 2/5 kg. Now I need to find what is 1/10. 1/10 is 2/5 divided by 3, which will give me 2/15 kg. So 10/10, which is the whole thing, will be 2/15 times 10. Okay, it will be 1 1/3 kg. This is the answer for part A. Part B, given that Mrs. Muna used 1/5 kg of flour for each cookie, how many cookies did she bake? Okay, so I need to find out what is the total mass that she used. Okay, so if 1/10, I need to find what is 7/10. 7/10 is 2 over 15 times 7, which will give me 14 over 15 kg. Okay, so she used 1 over 15 kg of flour for each cookie. So how many cookies did she bake? I need to use 14 over 15 divided by 1 over 15. Okay, if you do your working and reduce, you're gonna get 14. This is the answer for part B. Question 12. Jessica bought a dress and a handbag at a discount. She spent a total of $330 on these two items. She spent $30 more on handbag than on the dress. So part A, how much did she spend on the handbag? Okay, so for part A, if you draw a simple model for the handbag, she spent $30 more on the handbag, right? Okay, and which means that the dress would be like this. Total would be 330. Okay, you will figure out that the handbag would be, or you can do the dress first. Okay, 330 minus 30 divided by 2. This will give you 150. Okay, if the dress is $150, it means that the handbag will be $180 because it is $30 more. Okay, so the answer for part A is $180. Now for part B, the total discount given for the two items is $95. Okay, she was given a 20% discount for the handbag. Let's do it in red color. Handbag, there's a 20% discount. Okay, which means that this $180 is at 80%. Now I'm gonna find out what is this. What is the amount that's discounted? Okay, 80% is equals to $180. To find 20%, I just need to use 180 divided by 4. Okay, it's gonna give me $45. Which means that the amount discounted for the handbag is $45. Okay, and if you remember, the question said that total discount for the two items was $95, right? So if I were to use 95 minus 45, it's gonna give me $50, which means that for the dress, there was a $50 discount. Okay, they're asking us to find what was the percentage discount given for the dress. Okay, so we're gonna use the discount divided by the original price of the dress, which is $200, times 100. Divide. Okay, I'm gonna get a 25% discount. This is the answer for part B. Question 13. At the pharmacy, a $2 voucher was given for every $15 spent. Mary bought 3 bottles of shampoo and 2 bars of soap. Each bar of soap cost 2/3 as much as 2 bottles of shampoo. Mary realized that she had to spend another $6.45 to get exactly $8 worth of vouchers. What was the cost of 1 bar of soap? Okay, let's start off by writing this down. Soap. If we let it be 2 units, okay, then 2 bottles of shampoo is equals to 3 units. Okay, Mary bought 3 bottles of shampoo and 2 bars of soap. So 2 bars of soap is gonna be equal to 4 units. Okay, 3 bottles of shampoo is going to be equal to 3 divided by 2 times 3, which is going to give me 4.5 units. Okay, 1 bottle of shampoo is going to be equal to 1.5 units. 3 divided by 2. Now, okay, she realized that she had to spend another $6.45 to get exactly $8 worth of voucher. So let's try to find out to get $8 worth of voucher. How much does she need to spend? Okay, $2 voucher for $15 spent. So in order to get $8 voucher, okay, you need to spend 15 times 4, which is $60. Okay, but she had to spend another $6.45, which means that if I were to use $60 minus $6.45, I'm going to get $53.55, and this is basically the cost of the 2 soap and 3 shampoo. Okay, so now I know that 8.5 units is equals to $53.55. I can find what is 1 unit. Okay, and then the cost of 1 bar of soap is 2 units, which is $12.60. Okay, this is the answer for this question. Question 14. Thomas had a carton of milk. He drank the same amount of milk every day. At the end of the 12th day, he was left with 2/5 of the milk. At the end of the 15th day, which was a Tuesday, he was left with 1,200 ml of milk. Okay, what fraction of milk did he drink each day? Okay, at the end of the 12th day, he was left with 2/5. That means he drank 3/5 in the first 12 days. Okay, so if I want to find what fraction of milk did he drink each day, it'll be 3/5 divided by 12. Okay, 1 out of 20. That will be the answer for part A. Okay, then from the 16th day onwards, he decided to drink twice the amount of milk which he used to drink daily. On which day would he finish the remaining milk? Okay, I will need to find on the 15th day what fraction of the milk did he drink and what's left. So from 12 to 13, 14, 15, it's 3 days, right? So first I'm going to use 1/20 times 3, which is 3 out of 20. Okay, and then I'm going to use 2/5 minus 3 out of 20 because he drank another 3 out of 20. Gonna give me 1/4. Okay, which means that at the end of 15th day, This is the fraction of milk left. Okay, then from the 16th day onwards, he decided to drink twice the amount of milk. This is what 1/20 was what he used to drink, which means that now 16th day onwards, each day he drink 2 out of 20, which is 1 out of 10. Okay, let's find out how many days it's gonna take to finish finish the remaining milk, which is a quarter. So a quarter divided by 1 out of 10. Gonna give me 2.5 days. Okay, and then we have to take note that on the 15th day, which is a Tuesday, right? So 15 is a Tuesday. So 2.5 days would be 16, 17, and 18. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so he would finish the remaining milk on a Friday. Question 15. Amanda, Bob, and Karen went to a bakery to buy a birthday cake for their mother. They shared the cost of the cake equally. However, Amanda did not bring any money. Bob and Karen paid for the cake first. The ratio of the amount of Bob paid to the amount Karen paid was 5:3. Okay, when they reached home, Amanda returned her share of the bill to Bob and Karen. She paid Bob $5.60. Part A, how much did Amanda pay Karen? And part B, how much did the birthday cake cost? Okay, let's write down what's the ratio of B is to C first. Okay, which is 5:3, right? Okay, basically Bob and Karen paid the whole cake, which means that the cake costs 8 units. Okay, but the problem is these 8 units is to be shared among 3 people, right? So if I were to divide this by 3, it's gonna give me a fraction. Okay, not a lot of students are comfortable with working with fractions. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna multiply by 3 to this whole thing. And this is going to become a 24 units. Okay, so I'm gonna change this into 15 units and 9 units. Okay, so now we know that originally each of them is supposed to pay 8 units, right? Because yeah, originally A is to B is to C would be 8:8:8, okay, which makes up the 24 units. How much? Okay, so she paid Bob $5.60, right? And you can see that Bob paid 7 more units, which means that we know that 7 units is equals to $5.60. 1 unit will be equal to 80 cents, and okay, so Karen paid 1 more unit, which is yeah, that's the answer for part A. For part B, how much did the cake cost? So the cake cost 24 units. 80 cents times 24 is $19.20. Okay, this is the answer for part B. Question 16. Isabella saved 2 coins in her piggy bank each day. Each coin was either a 20-cent or a 50-cent coin. Her father also helped by putting a $1 coin in her piggy bank every 7 days. The total amount of money in the piggy bank after 196 days was $137.90. Part A, how many coins were there in the piggy bank altogether? Okay, let's do part A first. We're gonna find out how many coins did the father put in. So, okay, the father put in a $1 coin every 7 days, right? So we're gonna use 196 divided by 7. Okay, 28. This is the number of $1 coin. Okay, and Isabel saved 2 coins every day. So which means that in 196 days, she is going to put in $392 coins. Isabella coins. So to find the total, I will just need to add them together. Okay, that's a total of 420 coins. This is the answer for part A. Part B, how many of the coins were 20 cents? Okay, for part B, first we need to find out what is the total amount of the 20 cents and 50-cent coins. So I'm gonna use $137.90, subtract away the $28 that was put in by her father. Okay, it will be $109.90. Okay, so now in this case, I know that 392 coins is the total number of coins that Isabella put into the piggy bank. Okay, so I'm going to use the supposition method, which I'm going to assume all of them are 20-cent coins. So 392 times 20 cents is going to give me $78.40. Now I'm going to use $109.90 minus $78.40 is going to give me 0.9 minus 78.4. Okay, $31.50. The last step would be to use $31.50 divided by 0. The difference, which is 0.3. Okay, it's gonna give me 105. But this 105, I believe, is the number of 50-cent coins. Okay, but usually for supposition questions and guess and check questions, I'll do a final check to make sure that I get it correct. 50 cents, 20 cents. If there's 105, I'll multiply by 0.5. If there's 105 50-cent coins, that means I'm gonna use 392 minus 105. That means there's gonna be 287 20-cent coins. Okay, I'm gonna multiply it by 20 cents and I'm gonna add them together, okay, to check for the total. Okay, it gives me $109.90, okay, which is the same as the amount over here. Okay, so for the answer for part B will be 287 20-cent coins. It's 420 and 287. Question 17. The figure below is made up of overlapping rectangles A, B, and C. The area of B is twice the area of A. So B is to A, let's write it down, is 2:1. And 4/7 the area of C, which means that B is to C. Okay, the area of B is twice the area of A, and 4/7 the area of C. That means this is 4:7. Okay, the area of 3/8 of B is shaded. The area of A is 144 square cm. Find the unshaded area of the figure. Okay, let us combine the two ratio first times 2 so that my A is to B is to C becomes 2:4:7. Let me just make sure that got it. Okay, and then 3/8 of B is shaded. Okay, but the problem is over here it is 4 units. So I'm going to multiply the whole ratio by 2 again, so that my B can become a 8 unit. Okay, so now I know that if 3/8 of B is shaded, right, that means this shaded part will be 3 units. Okay, the unshaded part of B will be 5 units. And C is now 14 units, which means that if I were to use 14 minus 8, okay, I'm going to get 6 units. This is this part here is 6 units. Let's look at A. Okay, A is 4 units, which means that this part here is gonna be 1 unit. Okay, and then remember it says that the area of A is 144 square cm, and this means that 4 units is basically equal to 144. I can find what is 1 unit, which is 36. Okay, and if I want to find the unshaded area of the figure, the unshaded area will be 5 plus 6 plus 1 unit. Okay, which is going to be 12 unit. 36 times 12 will give me 432 square cm. Okay, this is the answer for this question.